stick in the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm plotting on pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in the front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and a stick in the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jazz. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm the QB, but I ain't handing out nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time if a dollar's a cut of eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and a stick in the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Hello, all you wonderful people out there in internet land. I am Travis Big League Berardi, and this is the Roundup with me, Big League. On today's episode, we round out our softball coverage for the season. We will show you the champions in Divisions 1 through 4 that went down over the weekend at Firestone Stadium. We also have a couple teams left in the baseball Final Four, Waynedale and Hillsdale. We will talk with them coming up here in a little bit. We also have Brian Skowronski with his final Diamond Cuts of the year. I will have last week's chart topper as well as our final nominees for our final chart topper of the season. We'll have our shout-outs and talk of the town. But first, let's break down the regional baseball scores as well as our lone softball team left in our scoreboard. And that lone softball team, the Monroeville Lady Eagles, and just like the regional championship game, they get a home run in the top of the 7th. Abby Poths hits one out to left. They knock off state-ranked Matthews 5-3 to move on to the championship game, and we'll have more about the championship game here in a bit. But now let's break down the baseball scores from our regional. We had 7 semifinal games that we covered on Thursday of last week. First, let's go to Bowling Green, where Clear Fork loses on a walk-off wild pitch in extra innings. A tough way to fall to Padua Franciscan. Padua still in it. They'll play in the Division II Final Four to start things off, actually, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Winford also falling to a team that's in the Final Four. In Division III, they fell to 4th-rated Lake 6-1. Highland put up a fight against state-ranked Coldwater. falling though 4-2. Coldwater would then lose to Lake in the regional championship 1 game later. Waynedale knocking off South Range 4-1 to move on to championship Friday. The Golden Knights though down the road south of Highland and Winford in Cincinnati, falling to Russia, or they call it Rushi. Don't know why. I don't know why the spelling's like that. Russia, Rushi, tomato, but it's Rushi. They fell to them 6-2. Rushi will take on Highland in the state semifinal on Saturday. Hillsdale knocking off state-ranked Lake Center Christian. Lake Center Christian was actually rated #1 in all of Division IV by Prep Baseball Ohio. They knocked them off to go to the regional championship game. Calvert in extra innings, losing to Warren JFK 2-1. Hillsdale faced JFK 1 day later. Hillsdale won it 3-0. Gavin Kasdorf, a huge bases-loaded strikeout in the 2nd inning, helped pave the way for Hillsdale to get the shutout victory. Braylon Jarvis with a big triple in that one also to start the scoring off. Waynedale down 3-1 in the top of the 7th. Score 7 straight. They win it 8-3. They move on to the state Final Four, and they have a chance of three-peating if they can win 2 more games. There's the scoreboard, brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group. Now, speaking of the state Final Four in softball, we were there on Saturday to cover all 4 games, and here is a breakdown of those 4 games. We start in Division IV, Monroeville, making their first ever appearance to the championship game, but they ran into a buzzsaw. That is the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers, last year's state champs. 6 runs for Strasburg in the bottom of the first, highlighted by a Miley Reifenschneider 3-run absolute bomb to left center field. They scored 6 in the first. They put 4 up in the second, but then Monroeville calmed things down from there, put up zeros the rest of the way, but Amelia Spidell from Strasburg-Franklin was phenomenal. Only gave up 3 hits, 2 walks. She had 9 strikeouts in a 5-inning, 10-0 victory. Strasburg-Franklin, their 10th state championship in softball history. They are the first team to reach double-digit state championships, so congratulations once again to the Tigers. Moving on to Division III, where we had a first-time champion, Liberty Union, facing state-ranked South Range. South Range went through that tough regional of state-ranked opponents. That was the same regional that Hillsdale would have been in had they have reached past the district level. South Range back in the tournament once again, but it was Liberty Union. In the 5th inning, Emmeline Kinnett, a 3 RBI single, gave them a 2-run lead. Both teams exchanged runs in the 6th inning, but Schultz and company able to hold off South Range 5-3. Liberty Union wins its first ever state championship. Congratulations to them, finishing the season 25-6. On to Division II, and another squad making their first appearance to the state Final Four into the championship game, and that is Bryan. The Golden Bears, we saw them knock off a very good Lexington squad in the regional championship. They moved past the state semifinal, but faced Canfield, who was just great as Milena Toth. Only allowed 2 hits and 2 walks, but did not allow a base runner to reach second base. That is the game that you need from your pitcher in the biggest game of the season. Kaylee Ortiz, she had a 3 RBI hit in that game to give them the 3-0 lead. It was a 3 RBI double in the top of the first with 2 out. She came up with the huge blow. And then in the bottom of the third, Marina Koenig hit a single for an RBI as well. That made it 4-0, and 4 runs was plenty. Like I said, as Toth had a great game. Canfield wins its 2nd state championship, but hats off to Bryan, putting up a fight in their first ever trip to the title game. They finished as state runners-up. Now to the championship game of Division I between nationally ranked squads, according to Max Prep's top 5 teams, according to the coaches poll in Ohio. Austin Town Fitch versus Watkins Memorial, and it was the Sydney Watts show. Not only did she call her own pitches, but she was able to give the big blow also in the 2nd inning. a mammoth, and I mean mammoth, home run to left. Talked to Tim Street of the OHSA after. It was a good 40, 50 feet over the left field fence, probably one of the longest home runs in state championship history at Firestone Stadium, as she and her home run, Ayla Ray, also hit a home run earlier in the game in the bottom of the first. Those runs were plenty for Watts. 7 innings, only 2 hits, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, as Austin Town Fitch goes back-to-back for their 2 state championships in school history. And they have a young squad as well. So they will be back probably once again with Miss Watts and company going for the elusive three-peat. So there you have it. Our softball coverage is officially over here for the OH Report. But guess what? We still have baseball coming your way. We have 2 teams, both out of the WCAL, playing in the state semifinal back-to-back on Saturday. You will be able to see these on a delayed basis on the OH Report. I was able to go to Waynedale down in Apple Creek, as well as Hillsdale the last couple of days. And we'll start off with the Waynedale Golden Bears and see what they had to say ahead of their 3rd consecutive trip to the Final Four.
I think we've got a group and a community here that loves baseball, so they're a hard-working group, and I think they just, do whatever it takes, and we win games that we need to win to keep getting back here. But I think main thing is we just, love competing, love playing baseball, and it's yielded good results.
I think Lucas Doherty, our head coach, is a big part of that. Always helping our guys improve their game. We got athletes on the team, so that helps when you're on the mound. They're always composed and controlled, and that plays a big part of it too.
What has gotten into your game this year? What have you worked on over the summer that's made you so effective?
You know what? I just lifted a lot. I feel like that helped increase velocity, and just worked with different pitch grips, seeing what worked better, and just trying to get the most spin rate and the nastiest pitches that I can. There's just a belief in the dugout. We never really felt out of it. You could just tell something was going to break out. And, we have faith up and down our lineup that everyone can step up and perform when they need to. And that was the bottom of the order. They came through, and I guess just the top of the lineup just kept going. I feel like that just really helps when you have good guys at the bottom of the lineup that can pass on the torch.
We're just a young team. We push each other throughout the whole season. Everything's just been, this is our end goal. We want to win state, so we got to push each other, try to win state. We just love working together as a team, and we've grown a lot over the year. That's really about it for me. It just means a lot because throughout the year you're thinking like you want to have an end goal. You want to push yourself to get to that goal, and you got to do whatever it takes. Eventually you're just going to be like, we're doing it. You have to have confidence. You got to keep composure, just work through everything.
Right. I think the biggest part of it is just never giving up. The whole game, whether we're down or we're up, we're always cheering for our guys, always positive energy, and I think that plays a big part in, guys getting hits when they need to or making big plays in the field when they need to. It's going to take good brown bear baseball, confidence in all our guys, and just go out there and it's just another baseball game.
I want to thank the guys down at Waynedale for allowing me to be down there yesterday as they went through a full situational practice. They were able to beat the weather before that came and soak things up in Apple Creek. They will play at 1 o'clock against state number 2 Heath in Division 3. You can catch that game on the OH Report on a delayed basis. Right as that game ends, we will be able to show you the beginning of it. So about 3:30, we'll have that for you. Following that game, immediately right after, Hillsdale will be taking on Fort Recovery. We will have that game in a delayed basis. But I was able to go to Hillsdale 2 days ago and talk to the Falcons ahead of their state Final Four appearance.
It's been amazing to see the progression from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. I think our older guys have kind of stepped up into their roles, they're all new roles in most cases of leadership where they play on the field. And it's just been a real honor to watch the progression and be part of it. To get to this point is just amazing. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and for us to continue doing this, we just have to do what we've been doing.
Well, honestly, it's pretty cool getting to play with my fellow seniors over here. I mean, I'm kind of surprised we made it, but it's definitely, we're going to cherish it, and hopefully we're looking for a big win.
You'll be on the mound on Saturday in the semifinal. Just what thoughts are going through your mind being able to be the one on the bump at Canal Park?
Yeah, there's definitely some nerves, but Jarvis does a great job always keeping me calm. So we're going to go in there, throw strikes, and then we always have good defense behind me, so we're looking forward to it.
It's all about our defense. We have some pretty good pitchers. They've done a great job throwing strikes all year. They're not a big strikeout guys, so our defense behind them, and then we just got to do a good job staying on top of everything and keeping the energy up, and we're hard to play with. I'm definitely going to take a minute and take everything in, having all of our fans there. Our community does a great job coming to all of our games, and hopefully I'll get a chance to step in there and take a look around just so I can take it all in for one last time at a pretty sweet ballpark.
You know, if you think about it, I mean, bases are still 90 feet. You know, pitcher's mound's still 60 feet and whatever else. It's just going to be, a totally different surrounding area with all the seats. So as long as we keep the nerves under pressure, we should be able to get it done.
Do you have any scouting report on your opponent in the Final Four?
We know they're 15-12. We got a little scouting report on their pitcher the other day. We think he's actually pitching around the same as Jack Fickus, the one and only. 76-79 has a decent curveball, so we'll see what we can get done.
In the MVP interview, you said that you were speechless after winning the regional championship. Has any speech come to your head?
It's a real feeling. I mean, yeah.
Good enough. Man, a few words. You have the chance of possibly being a pitcher on the mound, maybe for a state championship, maybe in relief in the semifinal. Just what's the mindset going through your head right now about getting prepared for that?
Doing whatever it takes to just keep going with my boys and winning games and hopefully getting that medal at the end of the day.
Well, it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of determination. Got to stay locked in, just be us. Well, I'm really excited for the state championship. It's kind of sad that it's the last week guaranteed. So I had a lot of fun with these boys and pretty much my family at this point. I love them all. That's about it.
I want to thank Coach Snow and the boys down there at Hillsdale for having me 2 days ago. They actually didn't have enough guys, so I went out there and played a little first base. I still don't think I've recovered. My heart rate's still up from that, but it tells me I'm a little bit out of shape and I got to get some work on once we get done here during the summer. But anyway, Hillsdale, they'll be taking on Fort Recovery at 4 o'clock with first pitch scheduled from Canal Park. Right after that game is done, we will be able to show it to you in its entirety on the OH Report. And we will show you right now the two games that we have coming up for you on Saturday. Waynedale Heath, first pitch officially 1 o'clock, but like I said, at about 3:30, once the game is over, we will be able to stream the delay to you for free. And then the next game after that is Hillsdale Fort Recovery. 4 o'clock first pitch, the conclusion of that game, we will be able to show that for you. And here at the OH Report, we wish both teams luck because we hope both will win, and we'll do the same thing on Saturdays. The two late games will be Waynedale and then Hillsdale if they make it to the D3 and D4 championship games. So there you have it for our interview portion of the show. But for the final time, I'm going to throw it to my buddy, Brian Skowronski. He has your final diamond cuts for this season. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Big League. Really appreciate the introduction. And what a tournament we just had here on the OH Report. A lot of our teams making deep runs all the way to state championships. The guys getting ready to play on the baseball diamond in Akron this weekend. And we still got a couple of them in our own backyard competing on the big stage, which means that these plays that I got coming up, these diamond cuts, they got a little bit extra to them because they're at the biggest stages in the tournament. So no more further ado. Let's meet your diamond cuts for the final time this year. It's a championship edition of Diamond Cuts, brought to you by the good folks at Plymale Insurance Group. Let's begin with first inning action in the D1 state title game. Watkins thinks they're getting off to a monster start against defending champion Austintown Fitch, but check out this relay throw on the way from Kalena Ray. Gonna beat the runner to the bag, and Roby applies the tag for a hugely momentous out to start the game. in the D1 state final. D2 state title game now. Bryan making their first ever appearance in Akron, and check out that glove work by Amaya Langham, gunning down the Canfield runner to Josie Arnold at second to end the inning. Great reflexes on display here, and Josie covering some major turf to secure the force out at the bag. Speaking of covering ground, that's exactly what you're about to see from Hudson Barkman, doing it for Waynedale in the regional semifinals against South Range. Charging in from left field to make that out on a ball that you see was just about to land right inside of the chalk, as the Golden Bears get a 4-1 victory to move on to the regional finals when, you know, they're going to win it. They're back at state. Regional championship on the line at cut number 5, and how about the high heat? Conjured up here by Hillsdale's Gavin Kasdorf. Crucial strikeout with the bases chucked. Falcon shutout warned JFK 3-zip for a Final Four berth, with no bigger out recorded on the night than that one right there. More regional baseball on deck at number 4. Clear Fork's got runners on second and third. They smoke a line drive, but Zach Zemla slides down for the snag and doubles up the Colts to Manny LeBron at second. This was absolutely huge in the flow of the game, giving Padua a big shot of momentum on their way to an extra inning victory. Back to softball as we crack the top 3. Fancy glove work here from Matthews pitcher Olivia Matheny, who makes a throw over to first from her knees. And it's even more impressive in slow motion, darting out of the circle for the backhanded stab and throw. 2 runners aboard, 2 down at play number 2, where it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Northmore's Caden Martinez, flying in to save the day, going in face first for the diving catch in center field, like he's hitting the slip and slide at a summer cookout, charging in faster than a speeding bullet to make this super grab. But we're coming full circle for our diamond cut of the week. Watch Fitch starter Sydney Watkins check the wristband and makes her own pitch calls from the circle. And she would do it like a champion, winning a second consecutive Division I state title as she fanned 10 Watkins batters in a 4-0 shutout victory just one day after throwing a 5-inning perfect game in the state semifinals. So there you have it, folks, the final edition of the Diamond Cuts, and obviously a lot of games going down at Akron, state softball championships, the fellas at regionals. So when you're making these kind of plays on these kind of stages, there's a little bit extra. So what say you? Do you think that maybe the 10 strikeouts from the Watts pitcher there, or the Fitch pitcher should land at number 1, or you got somebody else coming in and making a defensive play? Let me know in the comment section, and the debate can begin. Coming up next, after a short commercial timeout, we have got your sound-offs, the shout-outs, on the way next.
Back here on the Roundup with me, Big League, brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group. It is that time of the show for our shout-out portion. This one, a regional and state portion of our MVP interviews in this edition of the Talk of the Town.
I'd like to shout out my whole team, my coaches, for being encouraging to the day. And I just want to thank my parents, all the Lake fans, Lake community. It was a good day today.
I want to give a shout out to just my team, my parents, and everyone for coming. This is the most I've ever seen at an Eagles game before, so it was awesome.
First off, I want to give shout outs to my coach, Coach Doc, Mobley, all of them really. I want to give a shout out to my dad for being there for me all the time, my mom, and of course all my teammates for having my back.
I just want to shout out Padua for having us graduate early in front of the whole school. That's great. I just want to shout out the boys, obviously, great team win. I want to shout out Crazel Mackay for pitching a gem, and let's just keep going.
Just shout out the team. I mean, it's going to be sad to leave, but I know they got great things for them. So, shout out to the coaches too. They've done a great job.
Michael Bartow came in clutch at the end of the game, hit a sac fly right field, and scored Angela Paula.
Definitely God. He helps me out all the time, every day, and then my family and my whole team, easy, they won this game for me.
I want to shout out our whole community and my parents for always pushing all of us. and supporting us.
I'm gonna shout out just the team. It's been awesome, and Emily's sister Peyton. She's been really helping. She really helped this team, and it's just like a family.
I'm gonna shout out our coaches and team for always being there for us, and our families for supporting us along the way, and the whole Monroeville community for showing their support as well.
I want to shout out my whole entire family, all my teammates. They've helped me through this whole entire season. It's been a blessing.
It's Big League's weekly top 40 minus 35. You know what this is. This is the greatest hits. Our nominees will be coming your way here momentarily, but first, as always, we have our chart topper from 1 week ago, and it is a special one because it got this team to the Final Four in Firestone Stadium. So, roll it. Our winner is Maddie Reber of the Monroeville Lady Eagles. This top of the 7th home run against Cary helped propel them to the state Final Four for the first time in Monroeville Lady Eagle history. Congratulations, Maddie Reber. And now, it is time to unveil the final nominees for this season's edition of the Roundup with me, Big League. Hit it. We start things off with Cinderella Monroeville in its first state semifinal, and like deja vu, game tied in the top of the 7th, but not anymore. Abby Poth squares up the yellow ball and takes it to the other side. The biggest hit in Monroeville softball history to help send them to the state championship game. There it goes. Goodbye, softball. Nominee number 2 is Hillsdale's Braylon Jarvis. He was singing Drowning Pool in his head. In a scoreless game, he was singing, "Something's Gotta Give, Something's Gotta Give." No! It's a leadoff triple that helps start the scoring in their regional championship 3-0 victory. They're headed to state. Now, I'm an avid baseball fan, and Nom Nom number 3 had me thinking about the 1970s Orioles and their theme song, "Ain't No Stopping Us Now." Because there ain't no stopping the Strasburg Lady Tigers, and Miley Reifenschneider hitting this bomb over the fence to pace their 10-0 5-inning state title victory. Goodbye, home run. Staying at Firestone Stadium for nominee number 4, as the one who calls her own pitches is also a pretty good plate hitter, as Sydney Watts had the softball singing, "And I think it's gonna be a long, long time." That has to be one of the longest home runs in state championship history at Firestone. That was crushed. Our final nominee also comes at state. Canfield's Kaylee Ortiz had us singing Snoop Dogg as 1, 2, 3 into the 4, well, not quite 4, but 3. It's a bases clearing double, and the difference in the D2 title game as the Cardinals win it. Time now for you all to vote, but operators are not standing by. However, you can vote below in the comments section for our final chart topper of 2024. And there you have it. That will put a bow on season 2 of the new and improved Roundup with me, Big League. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible. First, Plymale Insurance for being our sponsor. Without them, I wouldn't be talking to you guys every week here during the baseball and softball seasons. Also want to thank Jory Hollenbeck and Brian Skowronski as well behind the scenes for helping things out. As well, Brian in front of the scenes doing the diamond cuts each and every week. He is the one that puts the ratings of the top 8, 10, however many we have per week, but it's him, not me, so that's the guy you go talk to if you need any questions on if you were ranked too low or if he was too generous, things like that. Also want to thank all of you, the fans, as well as every single coach and player that we've talked to, that we've had on here. Without all of you, we don't have anything to do here at the OH Report. So thank you, everybody, one and all. And please, tune in tomorrow we have the NCO-FCA All-Star Football Game from Clear Fork High School. So tune into that as we officially end or kick off the high school football season. I don't know what that does, if that's the end or the beginning. Nonetheless, we'll have it for you on the air. Some of the best area football players getting one more chance before they head off to college. And then Saturday, like I said, the delayed basis, so about 3:30 and then 6:30, 4 or 7, something like that. We will have both games for you, Waynedale first and then Hillsdale. And hopefully on Sunday we'll have 2 more games to finish off the 2023-24 high school season. But I'm going to go prepare for those games. I will see you hopefully up at Canal Park. If not, I'll see you on a diamond, football field, soccer pitch, volleyball court, you know it, near you.